Hi guys, welcome to last week's show. Sorry I'm a little late, I had a little computer problem, but I'm finally back up and running. So let's get to the questions I had last week. The two biggies were one from Janet in Oklahoma, and she wanted to know about orbs. Now I know I've talked about this before, so I'm just going to do it really quick for those of you who don't want to go back and listen to the old videos. Orbs are our family on the other side. Orbs they're called orbs because that's what they look like. They look like these little cloud-like circles that show up on your photographs. And the reason they're showing up now is because the technology of cameras is better than it used to be. You know, way back when they first started photography, you had to sit for a very long time while the image was transferred onto the film. You know, that's why we see pictures of our great-great-grandparents that weren't smiling. You know, if you had to sit in the same position for an hour, you know, you wouldn't want to smile either. You would just be like, oh, okay, you know, get it over with. Yeah. And today, you know, it takes like, what, a millisecond? If that, by the time you press down on the shutter and your picture's taken. So what's happening is it's capturing everything. And it's capturing your family on the other side. And that's usually when you have pictures of family gatherings. Excuse me, like Christmas. I have pictures of my brother at Christmas with my father over his head. You know, it's a little orb. It's a really big orb, but you get the idea. Really, it's just know that your family on the other side is hanging out, having a good time. You know, they're happy to be with you. And it's just a little confirmation for you that they're there. And that's it. The other question I had was, I'm sorry, I did not write down her name, so I apologize. She was from Canada. And she asked about synchronicity. You know, when you see the same number on a clock all the time, or, you know, things happens in threes for you, or fours, or sevens. You know, however that is for you. Synchronicity is just something that's repetitive. And when something like that happens, it means you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. It's the other side's way of giving you a message, saying you're good, you're doing right, stay there, stay in that moment, stay on that flow, stay in that path. You know, and everyone has different synchronicity things. And I don't know if it has to do with us as individuals or the people on the other side giving them to us. And I think it's probably a combination of both. It's like, what would you recognize as to what can they give you? And for me, it's threes. Everything happens in threes. And with time, you know, it can be 6:06, 9:39. You know, somehow threes are involved. Whether it's single threes, double threes, triple threes, you get the idea. But again, that's just the other side saying, knock, knock, anybody home? I'm here. You're doing okay. Hang in there. You know, and we need that. You know, when people, for me, deaths come in three. People dying comes in three. And not necessarily anyone I know. You know, it can just be out in the world. You know, I'll hear of 3 celebrities that died or 3 famous people that died. And it's just the universe saying, this is how it's supposed to be. It's all good. This is how it's supposed to be. This is the right time. You know, it was their time to go. It is time for you to move forward. It is time for whatever. So it's important to pay attention to them. You know, don't just, I have some clients who go, oh yeah, I know, they're just telling me I'm okay. Kind of pay attention to what you're doing. You know, what are you doing that's right? Because for them to flash something at you, they're trying to get your attention for a reason. Good, bad, or indifferent. You know, people are so used to, with the other side, putting signs in front of us because we're screwing up. And, you know, those are bad signs. Those are like accidents and illnesses and things like that. And yeah, I've been there. I've had a horrible disease, but now I like get it. You know, I've moved past it. I get it. I'm healed from it. I'm in remission. I plan on staying in remission forever because I get it. And it's when you don't get it that you keep doing that back and forth thing. You go out of remission, back into remission, out of remission, back into remission. You know, there's a huge lesson in that itself. But, you know, those are serious signs. Those are get your act together signs. Where synchronicity is kind of like, oh, finally. Do you see? Do you see I'm here? Do you see I'm watching over you? Do you see you're doing okay now? You know, don't fall backwards. And that's part of the sign, is don't fall backwards. You know, we're here, we're watching over you, you're okay, keep moving forward. And, you know, look for synchronicity. You know, not everybody does. Sometimes synchronicity just kind of like, all of a sudden, you know, it's like, wow, I've been seeing that number a lot, you know. You know, pay attention. If you see something more than once or twice, you know, more than like 2 or 3 times, it's your thing. It's the other side trying to connect to you. So pay attention. You know, again, it's just a sign from the other side. And in this instance, it's a good sign. It's a really good sign. You know, we like signs like that. We like, you know, kind of being patted on the back from the other side, going, oh, fine. Really, this is what they're saying. Oh, finally, you're here. Okay. We can show you something. And, you know, it's easy for them to get you to look at a clock or to listen to a radio that, you know, it's 5:55. You know, it's very easy for them to put those numbers in front of you. So that's why synchronicity is important to them. And it should be important to us. And those are the questions I had this week. I have more for next week, so I'll be talking to you on Friday. Ciao.